My apologies, guys. Something happened. I'm not sure. Something's going on with StreamYard because I'm not seeing my video. So I'm going to have to redo something here. Let me go ahead and see. Everything said in my video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. I'm not sure what's going on with StreamYard because it's not showing my video. So I'm just going to go ahead and I guess do my topic. Let's see. Weird. This is weird. This is weird. Did you guys see anything that I shared earlier? All right. Okay. So as you guys can see, Brian Mcknight, you guys, Brian Mcknight is suing and has tried to serve Jaguar, right, you guys, with some court documents for an alleged defamation lawsuit. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that out there. As you guys can see, it says that Brian Mcknight tries serving Jaguar right through Arizona newspaper after she allegedly ducks the defamation lawsuit. It also goes on to say that Brian Mcknight is done trying to find Jaguar right the old-fashioned way, that after weeks of failed attempts, that the R&B singer wants the courts to let him go public, meaning in print on newspaper. It says that Mcknight's legal team says that Wright has dodged every attempt to be served with his defamation lawsuit. So now they're asking for permission to notify her through legal ad in the Arizona Republic. Okay. It also goes on to say that his attorney, Ryan Shaba, explains that their move in court documents is apparent that Wright is evading service, given that Mcknight made reasonable attempts to serve Wright, and it says that Wright is evading public service by refusing to answer the door or open the door or sign the return receipt. Service publication is necessary to provide notice of Mcknight's complaint. It says that since May, process service have tried to reach Wright at her Phoenix residence after at least 6 times. It says that in one case, someone inside denied knowing anyone named Jaguar. At another time, said that no one answered. And then even when it looked like someone was home, that certified mail did not work either. So it says that Brian Mcknight has filed a lawsuit in April accusing Wright of spreading what he calls totally false and damaging stories online. Said that she alleges that he abused his ex-wife, Julie Mcknight, and hired SEX workers, as well as even claimed that Julie was her own cousin, and said it's something that Brian Mcknight flat out denies. It goes on to say that after news of the lawsuit broke, that Brian Mcknight responded by calling Mcknight a scumbag and promised that she'd be a total nightmare for him. It goes on to say if the judge approved, Mcknight can run the legal notice once a week for 4 weeks, that Wright might catch the news with her morning paper if she has not already been expecting it. Okay, so as you guys can see, Brian Mcknight is going after Jaguar Wright for defamation claims. Okay. Oh, this is so weird. I'm having to do this all over because I had to do this all. I have to do this video all over, you guys, because StreamYard is not. I don't know what it is. I was watching somebody else earlier, another content creator. I think Shay Renee was having some issues with her StreamYard as well. So yeah, StreamYard, get it together because it sucks. All right, so let's get into the next topic. As I was telling you guys, Jamaican singer or artist rather, Sean Kingston has been sentenced to over 3 years in prison for the $1 million fraud scheme. Okay. It says that as previously reported back in March, after his mother, Janice Turner, were convicted by a federal judge of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 4 other counts of wire fraud. Of course, you guys can see that it says that Jamaican singer Sean Kingston was sentenced today to 3.5 years in prison for his role in the $1 million fraud scheme. All right. Now, it goes on to say that in July, that Turner, which is his mother, was slapped with a sentence of 5 years in the slammer. She's also been sent back to Jamaica as well. It says that in addition to Kingston's prison sentence, that he will also serve 3 years of supervised release. It says that the mother and son duo were busted in May of 2024 after a SWAT team raided Kingston's rented mansion in Southwest Ranches, Florida, and Turner was taken into custody on the spot, while Kingston was later arrested at Fort Irwin, an Army training base in California, Mojave Desert. Okay, so he has been sentenced to 3.5 years, and he also will have 3 years of supervised release. His mother has been sent back to Jamaica, and she also will be sent back to Jamaica after she serves her 5 years in prison for her part in the fraud case as well. All right. Let's move along. Kim and Kroy are in the news. Kim and Kroy are in the news. All right, let's get that down. All right, let's get back here. Can you guys hear me good? Can everybody hear me well? Please put a one if y'all can hear me. Shout out to the 72 in the chat. All right, let's go ahead and get Kim and Kroy up here. Not gonna hold you guys long because this is a pop in, you guys. All right, y'all can hear me. I see the ones. Thank you. All right, so Kroy Biermann wants primary custody. Of his children with Kim. Zoliack Biermann claiming that Kim's home lacks structure and it's affecting their kids' mental health. Let's go ahead and get into it. As you guys know, it's been already announced that Kim Zoliack will be returning to Love and Marriage. I mean, not Love and Marriage, but Real Housewives of Atlanta. Real Housewives of Atlanta. She does have a contract to return next season, which is season 17, as a friend of. So she'll be getting Bravo checks coming in as of next season. And Kroy, as you guys know, works a regular 9 to 5 at like a warehouse. But of course, he wants some of those Bravo checks that Kim is getting ready to be getting in because he just filed to get primary custody of their children that they share, which I think is like 5 kids. A lot of kids. All right, so Kroy Biermann is asking the courts to make his home the main residence for his children with Kim Zoliack, claiming that their current living situation is harmful to the kids' mental health. Now, he filed documents in Georgia stating that the shared custody arrangement causes the children to live separate lives and lack structure. It goes on to say that Kroy's legal team argues that the environment at Kim's home lacks accountability, and he alleges that she often leaves the children alone or in the care of others. Now, Kroy believes that this neglect is affecting their school performance and claims that Kim does not understand their needs. It goes on to say that in response, Kim's legal representative denies Kroy's claims, stating that they are false and harmful. Kim is described as a devoted mother who prioritizes her children's needs and provides stability. It says that the representative accuses Kroy of filing legal documents for publicity rather than for the children's benefit, suggesting that his actions could harm the kids emotionally and socially. It goes on to also say that Kim is committed to co-parenting and working for the children's happiness and stability. Again, she will be coming on Real Housewives of Atlanta on next season as a friend of, along with Sheree Whitfield. You guys know they will be coming back next season, so she's gonna be getting her money up so that she can get back, I guess, into a stable financial situation. I told you guys that Andy Cohen does like Kim, and I felt like at some point in time he was gonna keep watching this shit going on with her money and this mess going on with Kroy, and he was gonna step in and save Kim. Now, not so much for Nene. He still has daggers for Nene since she filed that lawsuit. But Kim is always a favorite to Andy Cohen. All right. He loves himself some Kim. He said it several times on Watch What Happens Live. He just had her on Watch What Happens Live a few weeks ago, and he was gushing over Kim. I said, well, damn. Okay. So much so, y'all know he gave her own spinoff show, Tardy for the Party, which is one of the reasons why Nene Leakes decided to file her lawsuit, saying that there was a lot of racism and Andy and the network and, NBC Universal and everybody else was showing a little bit of favoritism towards Kim versus over her, because she says she's been petitioning for her own spinoff show for years when she was on the show, but they picked over her and gave it to Kim instead. So, of course, Nene is still on the outs with Andy, and Kim is back in, of course. All right, but let's move along. All right, so let me get back to my main screen because I got to pull this up and I got to read this to you guys. All right, shout out to, because I saw this as I was scrolling on Instagram with Tasha K. This just dropped where Drew Sidora just got served some paperwork by her sister-in-law, which I want to say is Ralph's sister. All right. So let's get that up so I can read it to you guys. All right, let's read that because she was just served, and Ralph accepted the paperwork because Drew was not there. I said I feel like Ralph may have had something to do with this situation because he did take the papers on behalf to make sure Drew was served. So you guys can see it up on the screen. Again, shout out to Tasha K because this just came out. All right. So I'm just going to read what it says. This is an affidavit of service. It says that the case number is 25-M-06187. The court is in the Magistrate Court of Gwinnett County. I'm reading straight across. All right, county, of course, is Gwinnett. Job number, they're not showing that. Plaintiff and petitioner is Claudia Gregory, which is the sister-in-law that's serving Drew. The defendant responded, which is Drew Sidora. Jordan Pittman. All right, that's what they're saying right here. Down here, it's saying received by Atkins and Associates Enterprises for Atlanta process servers. Then it skips down here where my mouse is moving. It says to be served upon Drew Sidora Jordan Pittman. Okay. Hey guys, thanks for coming in, everyone. All right, so now let's read right here. Starting here, it says that I, Kurt Atkins, being duly sworn, depose and say that I am over the age of 18 and not a party of this action, and that within the boundaries of the state where service was affected, says that I was authorized by law to make service of the documents and inform said person of the contents herein. Then here, recipient's name and address. It says that Ralph Pittman home, and then it gives the home address, which is blocked out. Manner of service, as you guys can see here, substitute service, personal, August the 12th of 2025 at 1:57 a.m. It goes on to say documents. You guys see that statement and summons received August the 10th of 2025 at 10 p.m. Damn, that's late, ain't it? Now it goes on to say additional comments, which is right here. Let me read that to you. It says it one successful attempt, August the 12th of 2025 at 1:57 a.m. MDT at home. It gives their home address. Received by Ralph Pittman, age 48, ethnicity, African American, gender male, weight 225, height 6 foot, hair brown, black, eyes brown, relationship husband, other, gave documents directly to the husband of the defendant, and he accepted. So he accepted the paperwork on behalf of the sister-in-law, or on behalf of Drew, by the sister-in-law. Okay. And then it's signed right here, Kurt Atkins at on 8/12/2025. Over here, it says it subscribed and sworn to before me by the officiant who is personally known to me as was it Margaret Ruddard or something like that. That's the notary public signing, and then down here is dated. The commission expires 8/12. 2025, and then 4/3 of 2025. Margaret Ruddick. Okay, that's the notary, the person who notarized it. Okay, so again, shout out to Tasha K for dropping that, where Drew Sidora was served some legal documents, okay, by her sister-in-law, which is believed to be Ralph Pittman's sister, and he accepted the paperwork on Drew's behalf because obviously she was not there. All right. Weird. I feel like he knew something about that shit. But I had something else that I needed to pull up as related to, because they're saying that Ralph, give me a second. Ralph is receiving 40% of Drew's LLC, and they're saying that it's unbeknownst to Drew. Let me get it back up because I just had it. Shit. Hold on. It's saying it Drew. Oh, here you go. All right. So I'm going to read it to you guys. I'm going to read to you guys what it says. All right. Let me read you guys what it says. It says that apparently Ralph had Drew sign a tax document that she did not double check and unknowingly signed over 40% of Drew Sidora LLC. So she has an LLC where she moved her money to. And Ralph gave her some paperwork that maybe she was not there saying paying attention to. She did not catch it until she filed for the divorce, because they brought it to her attention to say that she signed over 40% of one of her LLCs, and she did not know that until the divorce proceedings. All right. Now I said it. So he was secretly receiving an additional 40% of her income on top of the 50% that Drew originally agreed to pay him willingly. Okay. So it's looking like Ralph pulled a little switcheroo, and I keep saying I felt like he was jealous of Drew and how she started making more than him, because going into the marriage, he was the money maker. But then when Drew got onto Real Housewives of Atlanta and started getting the Bravo checks, and then her music and stuff started taking off, and her businesses aside from that, she started moving her money to the LLCs because Ralph started petitioning the courts to find out what Drew was making. She refused to tell him. So then he brought some document to her for her to sign, and of course she wasn't paying attention to, according to what they're saying, and she made a mistake and signed over 40% of her Drew Sidora LLC. Now Ralph is getting 40% of that plus an 50% of her income that she willingly said that she would pay him. So Now she is fighting to get that 40% taken back so that she doesn't have to pay him that in addition to the 50% that was agreed to. All right. I would not be signing something unless I read it in its entirety, especially when it comes from Ralph. Like Ralph just seemed like, and it could be that they were in a good space because y'all saw a video not too long ago where he was feeding her steak and they looked like they were lovey-dovey. So he probably presented something to her like in a moment like that when they were good and she didn't really pay attention and she was just probably still on cloud nine. Maybe they got through, having some little hanky-panky business and he presented the paper. All right. And then she just, signed it, not even thinking about it and or reading it, not realizing that you just signed away 40% of your business to him. And he just kept getting the money. And in addition to that, he was steady getting the 50% that she was also paying him as well. So what y'all think about that? That's some sneaky bullshit, right? Again, shout out to Tasha K for this particular document. All right. I have one more thing. And then I'm gonna let you guys go. They're saying that Kenya Moore, she's still going through it, you guys. They're saying that Kenya Moore is something about her house going to be auctioned off in December. They were saying something about early December if she doesn't pay some type of money for her house that I think it's for like some back taxes or something she owes on Moore Manor, honey. Let me pull this document up for y'all. Let me upload it right quick. Give me a second. Y'all bear with me, honey. This is going to be the last document. Oh, I already had it uploaded. Duh. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, there you go. There we go. All right, so let's upload. Okay, then let me put here because I like for y'all to see along with me. All right. And if y'all want to read up on that other document I was just reading, you guys can look at it on Reddit. It's on Reddit. You can Google it. It's Googleable. Okay, about that 40%. That's where I was reading from. All right, so here is the shout out to Reality Blurb because that's where I saw it online. All right, so as y'all can see, it looks like Kenya owes and it's only $6,000, but with her having some financial difficulties right now, it's saying that her home, of course, is in Sandy Springs, and I don't want to put her address up there. Let me make sure her address is. Well, it is in Sandy Springs. They didn't put out her whole address, okay? But shit, I kind of wish I would have blurred that out some more. But anywho, shit, it's a legal document, I guess. So it gives the information, as you guys can see, Kenya Summer Moore, saying that she owes a little over $6,000 here for her Sandy Springs Moore Manor home. They're saying that if the $6,000, because it goes all the way back to 2017 that she hasn't paid it, y'all. So y'all know with that, of course, interest and all that accrue after that amount of time. So they're saying that if that's not paid by December the 3rd, her house may be on the auction block. I would hate for that to happen because, I mean, even though I'm not a huge fan of Kenya, and I keep saying that all the time, I would never want to see somebody lose their home. She's a mother. She's trying to rebuild her life after being fired from Real Housewives of Atlanta, as if that wasn't embarrassing enough. And then, she's just gotten divorced. She's trying, and then she's losing her hair care spa. That's another form of income for her. So it's just like one thing after the other with Kenya. Even though Kenya is trash sometimes, I do not wish this upon her. I don't, I wish that she does not lose her home. Then she got Mark, who moved from New York, and that's another financial burden because, like I said this morning, he didn't want to move from New York before when they were married. Now he's moved from New York to Atlanta to be closer to her and the child, and she's probably helping him too. She's probably helping him too, in addition to everything she's dealing with. Her landlord is getting ready to take her to court here in a couple of weeks to get the money, the thousands of dollars that she owes. And it's like in the double digits that she owes in back rent money for her hair care spa. So they're trying to throw her out of there. She's not getting any more reality checks from Bravo. So it's like, I don't know. I really feel bad for her, to be honest with you. As a mother, that side of me feels bad for Kenya. And then for this shit right here to come out about this $6,000, which I said is not a lot of money. Hopefully she has some celebrity friends that'll loan it to her so that she can save her home. But they're saying by December the 3rd, if this is not paid, being that the bill goes all the way back to 2017, this is 2025. Maybe she didn't have it, or maybe it was an overlook. Okay. Because 2017, she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, so she was getting checks. Maybe it was an overlook. I'm not sure. But from what I read, they're saying December the 3rd is when they're going to be talking about auctioning off her home if the $6,010.26 is not paid. All right. So let's pray up, honey. She might need to get a GoFundMe or ask for some cash apps, or I don't know, honey. I don't know. See if some of your Hollywood friends can front you that 6K, because that ain't 6K ain't nothing to them, you know. And then when you get on your feet, just pay the shit back for the sake of saving your home, or downgrade, honey. Maybe sell that home or something. I don't know. Sell that home and maybe take out a loan or something. Shit. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out ways that she can, you know, take out an equity loan and pay that 6,000 off, and then pay some other bills that you may have coming up, so that you can kind of save some shit. Cause that shit is, oh Lord, I hate it. I really hate that. $6,000 is not a lot of money, but it's a lot of money when your money is funny, when you are losing other sources of income. All right. Because she had several sources and she was really hoping that her hair care spa would do well. But now it's looking like she's lost that. She's lost her Real Housewives of Atlanta checks. And the shit is fucking sad. I really hate that. I really do. I cannot even rejoice in that shit at all. And like I said, I'm not even a fan of Kenya like that. But so hopefully she will figure this shit out and get that done. December is, you know, far enough for her to be able, what are we in, August, September, October, November. So yeah, she got a few months to come up with that if she can. And see if Nene or somebody, she's close to Nene now. I don't know. Say, hey Nene, can you loan me 2,000? Like, go to all your Real Housewives of Atlanta girlfriends. Maybe not, because you done did all these lives after they fired your ass being bitter. And said something about everybody. You fighting with Cynthia, you saying some shit about Cynthia. Cynthia probably ain't gonna loan you no money now. I don't know. I know Shamil and Portia ain't, because you just did a live talking about them and their friendship and some stuff that Shamil told you off the record, and some stuff about Portia as well. So I know them two ain't gonna loan you shit. So I don't know who you gonna go to, girl. Hopefully you got some more trusted friends in Hollywood that confront you. $2,000 here, $4,000 there, 100,000. I mean, $1,000 here and there, because the shit does add up. Go ahead and pay your bill off and live, child, and make Mark the Narc get a fucking job too, so he can help out. Okay. But that's it, and that's all, y'all. I really hate that. But go ahead and put in the comments what you guys think about the topics that we talked about. Brian Mcknight is trying to serve Jaguar right and have her served so they can go to court. He's trying to sue her for defamation for some lies she put out about him in an interview. Also, Sean Kingston and has been sentenced today. His mother's been sentenced to 5 years, and she will also be sent back to Jamaica after those 5 years served. Kroy Biermann is trying to take full custody of the kids that he and Kim share, because he doesn't think that Kim is being a great mother. Then Drew Sidora being served today by her sister-in-law, and Ralph accepting the paperwork and also taking 40% from her Drew Sidora LLC. And then, of course, the information we just talked about with Kenya Moore's house getting ready to be auctioned off on December 3rd of this year, okay, for a $6,000 bill. That's all I have for you guys. Thank y'all so much for joining the live. I see my mods in here. Thank you so much, Scorpion, Miss Sweet Essence, Rose Armstead, True TV Podcast, KBR, and Tyra. Thank you. I see you, Astute Queen B. Thanks for being here, love. Chef Don, if you're in the building, thanks for being here. Schoolboy, Sunny Days, Simple Mom Family TV, Purple Unicorn. Those are my usuals. Thank y'all for being here. I see Peppers. Thank you for being here, babe. Who else we got? Do we have anybody else? All the content creators that I named out, guys, please go over and support them. Check them out. All right. Please hit the like button over there when you get there. All right. And please hit the like button on this video as well to support and push it out to the algorithm. Love you guys down until the next video. Bye. Hold up. See, StreamYard. This is the shit I be talking about. Hold on, y'all.